if you're interested in learning about how to get your LLC in New York in the most cost-effective way ever, stay tuned. I'm definitely going to help you out. Because let me tell you, like, I stood up. If you follow me on Twitter, you will understand that one day I broke night trying to figure this process out, man. So stay tuned. I see the blue for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Hello, Miss Amores, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Laura. I talk about travel, fitness, lifestyle, anything that kind of just pertains to learning and maneuvering life here in New York, life here in the States, you feel me? But if you're not new, welcome back. Welcome back. I am here with a whole new segment. And I'm on a whole new venture. You guys have heard me speak about it. If you've seen my mukbangs with Bae, that's kind of where I've actually been bouncing the idea. And I really pulled through. I am going to be launching my own new business. I'm going to launch it on my birthday. So, you know, I haven't actually posted like the exact dates, but if you know me, then you know when my birthday is. So it's soon. And we already know, I'm going to put it here, by Sereme. You can currently go, I'm going to have it somewhere here because my editing skills, we're still working on it. But somewhere here, you will see my website right now, which is currently coming soon. It is under construction. But you can put in your email to sign up for an exclusive pre-launch coupon code. So shipping is on me as a token of appreciation for being with me from the very start. I will be launching a line of body butter. So let me just make it clear, just a clear like a little background. I have big plans for my brand. I have my own brand, right, Laura Linax, and then I do have my own business that I want to really expand it into a whole empire. I have huge plans, and right now I'm taking it one step at a time. There's somewhere where I want to be here, right, but I can't just fly there, right? I need to work my way up. So right now I want to launch, or I'm going to launch a line of body butter, and I don't mind sharing with you guys because honestly, like, I am not reinventing the wheel. I am, you know, there's enough for everybody, so I don't have a problem sharing my ideas with others. It's gonna be Cream by Sereme, and I officially received my LLC on July 7th, 2020. Currently, I am amending my name a little bit because, and we'll go into details later, but I do have my LLC, I do have my paperwork, and my business is official business. It's an official business, and I do have very big plans for my business. And we're just gonna start, however, with body butters, and then we'll just kind of move on and see what it is. If you would have told me at the beginning of my YouTube journey that I would be starting my own like entrepreneurship type of blog, like type of help, I would have never believed you. Because honestly, even in my notes, I have a list of business ideas, but there was a point in my life where I never thought that I had the drive to pursue an entrepreneurship type of vibe. And lo and behold, I found it. You know, all these planets are in retrograde, and it just made everything clear for me. So without further ado, I am going to talk to you. I am based in New York City, and there was a tweet and this person was just like, establish your LLC, then whatever businesses expenses you have, you get to write it off in your taxes. And I'm like, oh snap, you're right. And so, lo and behold, I had already, it's kind of been brewing in the process. I just didn't connect the dots to begin with. When quarantine started, kind of like before quarantine ever actually started, I was already making my own butters. I had bought like a 5-pound butter yellow shea butter, and I started playing with that. I was doing it for my hair, I was doing it for my body. I had created my own like moisturizing cream that you can actually put on in the shower, and then you just kind of like wash it off, and then once you get off the shower you don't have to actually moisturize. So I did all of that. I was doing that way before, I want to say April. Like I was already playing around, but it just kind of became really serious this past month, ending of June and this past month. So let's get to the nitty gritty. How to get an LLC in New York. Y'all, there's barely information on it on the internet. However, I will put a link, and I would have a card up here on a video that I saw that kind of really explains the process as simple as possible. A simple research can go a long way. However, once you start researching and realizing what is it that it takes to establish an LLC in New York, it is beyond discouraging. It is beyond discouraging. So I'm here to show you the most cost-effective way that I found to establish an LLC in New York. Now, disclaimer, I am not authorized, no educated, I am not a financial advisor, you take this advice with your grain of salt, and you make your own research and informed decisions. You consult with a accountant or a business consulting agency. Do the work that you need to do. All I am here to tell you is other options that maybe you perhaps wouldn't have thought of. Now, y'all already know me. I'm all about information. I'm all about learning, and I'm all about bridging that gap, because I feel like it's different, right? If we're here trying to break these generational curses, I can't ask my mom how she formed her own business. She hasn't done it. So these information, they're not really widely available, and it just sucks, and that's why our people are not winning, right? So we got to start somewhere, right? So we got to start with us. And I love that since I started doing YouTube, I've seen so many boss blogs, so many entrepreneurship blogs, and I feel like that's what also kind of got me in the mindset, like, I can do this. Like, other people are doing it and I can do this. I'm here to educate you on how to do it in New York, should you choose to do it in New York. Now, once you've seen those videos on how to form your LLC in New York, you would understand that you have to declare and file your articles of organization with the state of secretary, right? So here in New York, right, you let them know, like, this is my official name, we will be running this official business, and you know, wait for it to be approved. Then you have to pay, so that right there, the filing fees for that is $200 off the rip. Then on top of that, you have about 120 days to publish your business on 2 publications, one that is weekly and one that is daily, published weekly, published daily, in your county. Now, let's say if I live in Manhattan, I need to publish with 2 publications that is appointed by the county, by Manhattan. I can't choose who, it needs to be appointed by the county, and I need to pay them to publish it for 6 weeks, right? They need to publish it consecutively for 6 weeks. Now, what I read on the internet, basically the whole purpose of this is kind of like, you know, oh my god, I got the Romeo song in my head. It's like, you know, if there's a marriage, and it's like, if someone chooses to oppose to the marriage, speak now or forever hold your peace. It's literally the same concept. It's like, hey, this business is being, you know, formed. Is anybody opposed to it? Is there any problems with it? Is everybody okay? And it's a very antiquated practice. However, it's part of it, is for real. It is not a lie. It is something that you actually need to do. Now, this is a gem that I will drop that I learned. Some people, the publication fee, once you do the publications, once you pay for the publication, let's say if you're in Manhattan and you have to pay the publication fees, which can run you from like literally $700 to $1,500. Like, it is wild how much it actually costs. You will need to get an affidavit proving that you did this publication, and that is an extra $50 on top of that. So you have the $200 of filing fee, then you have the publication fee, which can range from $100 something to $1,500, and you have no control over where you actually publish, depending on the county that you claim. So if me in the Bronx, and I'm gonna put a picture in, but when I did my research and my county is the Bronx, I reached out to one publication, and the lady said starting from 700 plus. I was like, what? And this was for the Bronx. Imagine Brooklyn, imagine Manhattan, anything else, right? And then on top of that, you have an affidavit proving that you did that, which is $50, proving that you did the publications, which is $50. All of that, which mind you, these are part of your startup expenses, which can be written off at the end of the day, but it's still like, this is upfront out of pocket expenses, and ain't nobody got the time for that. So this is what I found that you can do to really minimize and bring down the cost should you plan on filing your LLC in New York. The approach that I'm going to explain, again, I am not a financial advisor, I am not a tax accountant, I am not a business consultant, I am just a regular girl from the Bronx, okay? Take it with a grain of salt, okay? I don't want to hear anything que Laura fulano de tal me dijo que Laura me dijo que lo que. No, okay? Take it with a grain of salt, take your notes, and do your own research and make your decision informed and accordingly, okay? So this is what I realized that you can do. First of all, do not hire a third party to file your article of organizations. I have seen females that they hired LegalZoom. There's LegalZoom, there's Send Business, and there's a lot of third parties that they're just like, we'll file, we'll form your LLC. Don't do that. You do not need a third party to do that. You just figure it out on your own. It's very simple. It's not like you're drafting out a whole page of business jargon. Like, no, literally all you're saying, like, this is my business name and this is what we do, approve it. That's it. Just Google how to do that, but you do not need a third party to do it. Why? Because on top of the $200 filing fee that I mentioned that you have to pay, right? On top of that filing fee, you will also be paying for whatever that third party is suggesting. So LegalZoom, I didn't see anything below 100. It's wild. It's wild to the point where it's not even worth it. It does not make sense. Okay, Zen Business was the cheapest one that I saw. It's like $49, but if you do it through somebody else, like if someone is advertising it, they have their own affiliate link that brings down the price to $39. And then, just search, Google, look, okay? So that's my first tip. Ooh, it's hot. My first tip is do not file for your LLC with a third party. Just Google and do your research. Now, if you're unable to do this on your own, I highly suggest that you reconsider doing this. Because if you cannot do something very simple as in to just search how to do it, then man, you got another thing coming down the line, right? Because it's just very simple. Just search, Google is your best friend. YouTube is your best friend. I am not the first nor the only one making a video about how to file an LLC, okay? Second, moving down the line of chain of events, publishing. It's tricky. I've heard others that they were able to change their county to Albany. I heard this on YouTube, other YouTubers, but I don't know if they're not active. They weren't open to really helping, so that really sucked. However, I heard that people change their county to Albany because the prices to publish in Albany are significantly cheaper. It's literally starting from $132, and if you saw in the screenshot that I had with the conversation with the publication in the Bronx, even she was like, listen, if you do it in Albany, is beyond cheaper, right? If you noticed in the screenshot. If not, you can go back, check, and you'll read it. She literally bolded it. And I'm like, sis, thank you. But how do you do this? I don't know. I haven't figured out how to do it. I have no idea how people do it on their own. I don't know, right? However, the loophole that I found is that in this segment, right, in the publication part of your obligations, you should hire a third party person for this requirement. Why? Now, the person that I found, the third party that I found the best that covers, there is no hidden fees, that tell you the flat rate for publishing in Albany here and the flat rate to publish in Albany is there, and they tell you this is how much it is, and it's Northwest. They offer a registered agent service, and it fully takes care of all the publication requirements. Absolutely takes care of them. The grand total fee as of 2020, I'm recording this on July 10th. The grand total fee for everything is $261. I will put the conversation that I had with a young lady confirming if there was no hidden prices, if there was anything that I needed to know. Because if you search, there were people that like, oh yeah, we cover the publication, like Zen Business, for example. They're like, we cover the publications, but then on top of that, you have to actually pay how much the publication is, and it's ridiculous. So the cheapest option that I found was with the business that I mentioned, and they cover that completely well. Now, what is a registered agent? A registered agent is someone who's appointed to be the contact person between you and the government. So it can be you. It can be anybody. It can be you. Now, the reason why I suggest using a third-party registered agent is because these people specialize in obviously forming LLCs and corporation S corps, whatever that comes with that, and they have businesses set up in Albany, meaning that they would be using their address and you would be able to publish in Albany and still complete that requirement. A. B, your address is published along with the publication, so at least when you have an appointed registered agent that is someone who is not, you, this address will remain either private or it will be towards this public registered agent, wherever their headquarters is located in Albany. It would be that, and it wouldn't be your actual personal address. So this is the only time where I do highly recommend getting a third party to fulfill the publication requirement. This brings a grand total of doing everything, kind of like it's $200 to file it, $261 plus $50 for the affidavit. It's just, that's whatever that math is. It is a grand total. Whatever the math is, that's the grand total of everything. And it is the cheapest, cheapest way I found to form your LLC in New York. Again, like I said, if anything, forming your LLC, whatever, is part of your startup cost. So again, it gets written off. It really doesn't matter at the end of, whenever you're filing for your taxes. But of course, it's upfront cost right now. And I feel like anybody in New York who's trying to establish their business legally and just do everything appropriately, I feel like when you start looking for like how to form an LLC, it is so discouraging because there is a lot of mixed information, and the whole like publication requirement seems like a joke. It literally does not seem like that is the true thing you have to do, but it is real. It is true. It's 100% true. So I hope I helped somebody out. I'm gonna start making vlogs on my journey about my business, and just things that I have learned along the way that I feel like will help other people. Whether or not my business flourishes, or maybe if I pull back or whatever, I doubt it, but I hope that these videos help somebody else, because like I said, that information is key. Y'all already know how I feel about information. Information is key, and information can really help you make informed decisions. And just I would have never known how to do an LLC. I spent a whole night trying to figure it out. Like I really did. However, I really do hope that this helps you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave down below whatever comments and any questions, anything you want me to cover that maybe I have already experienced or that you kind of just want me to figure out for you. Just let me know in the comments down below. I will leave in the description box below the website of the Northwest, because I can never remember the name of that company. But I know I am not sponsored by anybody or anything. This is just honestly information that I found on my own. If you don't believe me, follow me on Twitter and you can look at all the tweets that I have done trying to figure out this LLC process, because that entire night it was wild, and I documented it. I really did. Because it was wild. I had to ask someone on Twitter, like, how does she do it? There is just not concrete information. So I really hope this video really helps anybody here in New York City trying to establish the LLC. It's not easy. It's not easy. So I hope that if you did do it, please leave a comment below. I would really appreciate it.